Why, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're taking a look at a pretty obscure little game called Bodycount. What's your body count? Don't tell Twitter. So, this is a pretty obscure one. It came out in 2011, and you gotta remember, back in 2011, if your name wasn't Kabadoobie or Battlefront or Battlefield or whatever, no one was gonna really care about it. And so, this is essentially supposed to be a spiritual successor to Black. Now, it's kind of interesting that this game exists at all, because to a certain extent, this is kind of like a throwback to older games, or at least older games as of 2011. It's a perfectly serviceable game. I quite like it, for what it is. I mean, you consider a lot of the games that came out in 2011, and this game is a bit better than a lot of them. I mean, consider, if you will, a game like, say, Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm has an interesting story, although it kind of is a predecessor to like millennial writing, but the gameplay is pretty generic, whereas this gameplay is, at the very least, fun. So, the story is almost non-existent, I want to say. The developers didn't really know what they were doing, I guess. A part of this is kind of like a satire, a part of it's also kind of like a thriller kind of thing. It's interesting. Like, we're not going to get too far into the game, because it's actually not that long of a game. It's maybe about 5 hours. We're going to get 2 hours into it. And it starts out fairly normal. You're part of the network, and you're supposed to, like, save the world or something. It's very indistinct. I think that's one of the things that didn't really help this game, is that it doesn't have much of an identity. I mean, once again, you go back to, like, a Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm has an identity. I'm not sure if it's a good one, but it certainly is one. So you basically play as body count guy. You don't really get a name. And so, see, like, you'd think there's gonna be like some kind of a amnesia plot or something. Also, you gotta love the fact you've got this super advanced near-future technology, and you get taken down by some Russian Sam from like 1962. I mean, it's 2011. Anything flying, it's gonna crash no matter what. Yep, there we go. Like, your safety is our concern. See, there's a little bit of the satire there, I guess. You basically have like a Cortana that you talk to on occasion.
Hello. Oh, there you are.
So there's Timutana. The game's never really clear on who Timutana actually is. Is she somebody at like a facility? Is she an AI? Since I don't think anybody's gonna really care too much about the plot here, nobody's gonna really care that much about spoilers. Also, that's kind of impressive, I guess. But then again, you like compare this to just about any other game, and it's like, oh, that was like a couple bombs. Alright, so what we got here is the 2-weapon rule. We got a mirrored Benelli M5, Benelli M4, I should say. It's not an M5. I love how everything is an M4. And yes, if this game came out today, it would be better received. Because, like, it's not slop. It's not slop, it's just sloppy. So, what you got for, like, health and ammo is you don't collect health or ammo. What happens is, you shoot enemies, and they drop these little icons. I didn't have any idea what these things even were, because the game doesn't really explain that. Or if it does, it's easy to miss. So, like, you shoot the enemy, and they drop the icons, and you fill up on health and ammo that way. That's at least a little bit imaginative. Especially if you consider just everything that was complete... They were complete rip-offs of, you know, COD at the time. You don't have regenerative health for a game from 2011. I mean, they tried here. They tried. They put the effort into it, and I like it. I like it. I've enjoyed this game. I played it twice so far. Also, we got our MP7, which was all the rage at the time. We've got like a couple of civilian legal versions of that gun now, but it's kind of like meh. Unfortunately, medic is kind of running late. He has to do all of his adulting. Used to be cool, man. So now you gotta like be an adult. You should like be ready to play any game, anytime, man. But this was just a nice, generic first-person shooter. Like, sometimes all you want is just, can I turn my brain off and shoot bastards? So, like, our objective here is to fight two different factions in some kind of African civil war. Both sides will attack you and attack each other, which I guess is kind of alright. We've got some destructible environments. You know, it's all very good. But that's kind of all it was. And, like, if you didn't have, like, super spectacle, you know, people weren't gonna really care. People expected a little bit more at this point in time. How little they knew. And then now we got nothing. So, there's that. I mean, this is being emulated with the Xania emulator, and it looks pretty good. I mean, consider that we had a graphics plateau, I think, around 2005. It's like, this game still has aged very gracefully. Something I was thinking about today when I was working on a video on a game called James Bond: The Duel. That game's from 1993, and you consider the sheer graphical complexity that took place between 1993 and 1996. Because 96 is when, 30 years ago, we get GoldenEye 007. It's like, we went from 2D to 3D, and that 3D didn't look that bad. You consider 2011 to 2021, barely any graphical enhancements whatsoever. Honestly, I find most modern games to just look kind of crap. It's either over-designed nonsense, or it just looks kind of fake. The uncanny valley is there. Honestly, I'd like to see more indie games look like this instead of just like the PS2 era. I know people love the PS2. For me, I'm just kind of like, I've kind of been done with PS2 for a long time. So I spent a lot of time with that PS2 emulator. A lot of time. I'm glad we're finally getting to emulate a lot of these Xbox 360 games, because there's a lot that came out during that generation of consoles that has kind of been forgotten. Some games that just can't be played. Like, for example, there is a game for the PS3 that I'd really like to stream and I'd really like to play in general, called Warhawk, where it's kind of like this third-person shooter, flight sim kind of thing, but it's multiplayer only, and I think you can kind of get it running multiplayer today. It's also one of those games where you can't open up doors. Let's see. I know we need to go here. It's one of those games where, there it is. It's like, hey, I can find the stairs. Whatever next. This is definitely an era of gaming that I miss the most. Because the 90s was great. Don't get me wrong. I grew up in the 90s, but I really do prefer... And hello, Agnostic. I really do prefer the early 2000s and early 2010s. Just because, you know, people knew how to make a game by that point. Trying to go back to the 90s games is just not an easy prospect sometimes. Because a lot of the stuff is so rough because they just don't know what they didn't know what they were doing yet. Whereas a game like this, they know not to have you use a bunch of moon logic and have to, you know, have 5 buttons just to open up the menu. Now, some games from the 90s do stand the test of time, though. A lot of those arcade games do. And just about anything id Software related. I may not be a fan of Quake, but at least with Quake, you generally have a good idea of what to do most of the time. Okay, come on. Heal me. Heal me. Eventually you do get, like, you don't get bullet time in this game, which you think you might, but you get some airstrikes, you get some damage resistance. Once again, at least it exists. At least we've got it. The game also keeps track of your body count. 128. Starting to close in on Andrew's hit there. Let's see. So current events, we've got a rocket on the way to the moon for the first time since the 70s. You think we would have made it a bit sooner, but Yeah, it is what it is. At least we finally have a rocket going back. I would have thought it would have been a SpaceX rocket, but somehow NASA is able to endure.
Identified. Welcome to network support point 378.
Now, some of these graphics do look pretty bad,
Welcome to
like
Zanga
that.
City, the perfect tourist spot if you're into frag injuries and landmines.
I'm just surprised
This is
that
one of the most dynamic cities
it
in
took
Africa.
this long
Now it's
to actually get a
deserted,
rocket that was useful. I mean,
stuck in the
it is kind of
middle of
interesting to
Civil War.
consider, though. Like, we went from the space shuttle to the old capsule design. I guess space shuttle technology just isn't there, or there's just not any money for it.
It's just the
I really enjoyed watching that rocket launch, but when you actually think about it from a more realistic perspective, it's like, to get that rocket off the ground, you kind of got to consider all the graft, all of the, you know, all the, you know,
Check your combat console for
backhanded
cyber
deals and such to finally get that thing out of there. All the politics. Like, that's half of it right there just to get anything off the ground. And we're just... This is definitely not something you'd see today just because, well, we are in West Africa after all. There was actually a little bit of controversy about Resident Evil 5 at the time, which no one who actually played the game really cared about. They never really got into like auto shotties, especially ones with a tube mag. If I was gonna get a shoot gun that fed, oh, we gotta plant C4 because we need C4 to destroy a rusty old lock. Why? Because that lock has character. Activists demanded we use money for social programs. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Grade E? Screw you, game. No, we got grade D. I always hate it when games grade you. It's like, come on, man. I'm just trying to have fun here. Yep, there we go. We got enhanced adrenaline. This is one of our bullet resistance sort of things. Network symbol looks a little bit like something from that Disney movie WALL-E. And happy Easter, Cyrus. Gonna have a ham quiche and an apple pie tomorrow. Should it be required? Lethal force is authorized. Since when is it not? Oh man, this game would get dragged on Blue Sky, I'll tell you that.
Our main concern is the deaths of several pro-peace individuals on both sides. We need to find out why. The militia get a responsible.
This looks a lot like Minneapolis.
Intel suggests it would be worth paying.
Gyros, or is it gyros? Alright, so this is how you get your weapons. You just unlock them as you play the game. So, we can use the Super 90, or better yet, why don't we get rid of the shotgun and use the G36? Pretty much the only weapons in any way usable in the game are going to be the rifles. And Cyrus, the game is, it doesn't really have what you'd call a plot. I think they like switched out ideas like halfway through the game. So you play as a member of the network, and you're basically fighting the enemy, and that's about it. You eventually fight a talking tube of lipstick, and it just kind of goes on like that. Right now we're trying to track down a bad guy who wants to kill all the innocent people. And that's about it. This game wasn't strong on plot. I've never played The Division, so I couldn't tell you. The thing about this game is, though, this is very much a throwback to what games were prior to, like, the codification of everything. But I can guarantee goddamn to you that if I had known this game existed in 2011, I would have said it was too modern. It's like, oh man, it's got 2-weapon rule. You know, it's got sprinting. I remember one of my reviews from back then where I complained about the fact that you could sprint. The logic I had is, oh yeah, when you die, you can immediately just come back. There's no load times. And death doesn't really mean anything in the game. You don't really lose anything. So it's pretty neat. Honestly, Hunter, I would actually say that Black is a little bit better because the levels in this game are a little flat compared to Black. Black had a little more of the verticality. Well, I've never played The Division. I know people who are addicted to that game. That's just one of those multiplayer games I just never really cared that much about. Really, the only multiplayer game today I play is I can't remember the name now. You know, drop ship the game, drop pod the game. God damn it. Not Starship Troopers. God damn it. Helldivers 2. There we go. That had something to do with diving. Muff diving too. Yeah, that's one of the things about this game that you don't collect weapons and ammo. What you do is you shoot icons out of enemies' asses and you pick those up for your health and for your ammo, which is, it's different. It's different. Eventually I'm going to stream a generic game from the time called Bulletstorm, and you'll see what generic looked like in 2011. Bulletstorm, see, while this game doesn't have a plot, it at least isn't annoying. Bulletstorm is just really annoying. Like, that is the start of millennial writing, where like everybody is completely unlikable, the world is unenjoyable. Say what you will about no plot, but see, we can just shoot the red barrel and blow up in a hole in the wall. Like, you won't see that in a modern game, that's for sure. Killing Floor and Zombie Army 4. Killing Floor. I played a shitload of Killing Floor back in the 2010s. Like, that is a legitimately fun game. I'd like to say that Killing Floor 2 is just as good, but like, Killing Floor 2, while definitely easier in some respects, is a lot more generic and the maps aren't as good. I don't know if Killing Floor 3 is going to be any good. I haven't actually had a chance of that. Bulletstorm had Duke Nukem after the fact. And it really doesn't make any sense that he's there. And basically all he does is kind of parrot the same lines that Jack Black does. Because like the main character originally in Bulletstorm was a Jack Black wannabe, voiced by Stephen Blum. I like Stephen Blum. I didn't get tired of him. I'd like to have more Stephen Blum. But yeah, we got grenades, which are somewhat useful. And we got mines, which are also pretty useful. Just not right here. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can use our adrenaline and just blast him. Just shoot him in the head. And so how your little power-ups work is you got to collect those icons. Zoomer writing. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll skip a generation. Maybe we won't just have complete trash for the next. God damn it. Yeah. See, this game actually has some difficulty to it. Like I think the developers did a pretty good job, especially in 2011. I'm quite fond of this game. It's just a nice turn your brain off game. And now I think I wouldn't have given this game the time of day back then, like I said, but when you crap. At least we got bosses. We ran out of those a long time ago. I wouldn't have given this game the time of day, especially back then, but even like I won't say today, but like under most circumstances I wouldn't, god damn it, give the game the time of day just because it is pretty generic. But when you have nothing and all the games you do like you played a billion times, you can start to appreciate what other games tried to do. Christopher Walken, I think he was in a couple of games. Ooh, a Cowboy Bebop game. Now that'd be pretty nice. Man, Cowboy Bebop, I rewatched a little bit of that the other day. That holds up. That holds up really well, especially the ending. Like, they were pretty ballsy back then.
He's not carrying much of interest. Search the area.
Of course he's not carrying much of interest. Oh, man. I still love to know who Timutana is supposed to be. Our voice with an internet connection. He's like, the game kind of implies that she's not real. This game does have one of those what a twist endings that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, they were either not writing or they like changed their minds halfway through the game. The gunplay is really what makes this game worth playing, though. Like, because the guns actually feel powerful. The enemies can actually hit you. Like, this is legitimately fun. Brian Helsing, a Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, and also Outlaw Star. No one seems to remember Outlaw Star, but Outlaw Star was great. It's basically like
through the walls to reach it.
Japanese Han Solo. Outlaw Star is basically about a guy named Gene Starwind, who, through various means, gets access to a ship. He gets a really cool crew. The Chewbacca equivalent is actually a kid who's not that annoying. And basically they're trying to run from pirates and find the galactic ley lines so they can get a wish from like a galactic space computer. The ships are kind of neat. They like literally have fist fights in space. It was awesome. Apparently the Japanese didn't like it. And hello, Riley.
Hello, General.
Hey, Chico, what's going on?
I was just noticing, I forgot her name wasn't in here yet.
Yeah, Medic is off adulting.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's what it is. Bubblegum Crisis. I do need to sit through that. I have acquired it legally. Damn it. Just never really got around to it. It's one of those weird near future kind of, okay, I want to say animes, but that's the right way to say it. Back in my day, we said it wrong. We said it anime. But I've gotten so used to jokingly saying anime that I can't remember. I don't remember to say it the wrong way.
I've never heard anime.
That is evidently the appropriate way to say it too. But I want to pronounce it anime, damn it, or animu. It's animu, not animu.
I've heard it pronounced like that 5 different ways.
Yeah. But evidently it's anime. I blame that weeb that I dated for a year.
Just message her real quick, be like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah. You're making me pronounce it right. Full Metal Alchemist. I've heard of that, but I've never seen it. Buckeye, Berserk, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, I've not seen Berserk, but it's supposed to be very dark. Like, very, very dark.
I heard it's gory.
Yeah. Like, evidently the main character gets assaulted by some guy named Griffith, so I'm like, I don't know if I really want to watch that or not.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my PS5 controller.
Alright. Evangelion. It's supposed to be pronounced Evangelion. I gotta stop pronouncing these things right. Just back in my day, we never pronounced it right. So eventually we're gonna come across the boss, which is very anime. There we go, we're pronouncing it wrong. That literally looks like a talking lipstick tube. That's one of the things I like about this game. The main thing about this game is it doesn't come off as fake or disingenuous. And we can have the P226, which is completely worthless. Like, there's no reason to have a pistol at all in this game. Like, you can kind of sneak around, but there's really no reason to. Wait, do we want to shoot that? I forgot.
I'll give these to someone, see if they can build a map. Keep tracing them.
Yeah, people go on about Neon Genesis Evangelion. There we go. Saying it wrong. Saying it wrong. Oh, FLCL. Now that's something I haven't thought about in a long, goddammit, in a long time. Oh, look at this. This looks very impressive, you know, especially for a lower budgeted game like this. Like, that's one thing I really liked about the 2010s is they had a little bit more graphical oomph to it. Sadly, it just wasn't used for good. But FLCL, there's apparently a sequel that I've never gotten around to. That is the most to describe FLCL is not an easy prospect because it made no sense even when I watched it. We were watching that on Adult Swim. I was like the target audience for that. Basically, you've got like 2 alien factions that I think want to take over the Earth. There's like a space pirate in some kid's head. There's a random woman with a guitar that's like an alien like cop or something. Oh man, this is so much better than Borderlands.
I'll give these to someone, see if they can build a map.
So much better than Borderlands. Oh god, I hate Borderlands. Like, Borderlands.
I don't know
is
what I walked into.
Wait a second.
I don't know what I just walked into.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, I'm just being weird. Let's see.
I think you're weird. I've cornered the market on weird for 37 years. But let's see. Borderlands, yeah, Borderlands, not good, not good. I liked Borderlands 2 well enough, but I couldn't stand that series. I've played the first one multiplayer, and if you play with an asshole in multiplayer in that game, it makes it one of the most insufferable experiences of all time.
That sucks.
These power lines seem to lead out
But the
line
weirdest
out
thing
of
about
places.
FLCL
Odd.
is, of course, it's very Japanese. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this without getting in trouble on the YouTubes. Basically, what happens in that show is the teenage kid, God damn it, kind of gets yeah. Basically, kind of gets together with his brother's girlfriend, kind of. It's very strange. It's very Japanese. Very Japanese. They get into some weird stuff over there. I get that people have rediscovered Japan again. This happens periodically as time goes on. So kind of rediscover that Japan exists.
Japan exists.
Well, like on Twitter, they're all like, "Oh my God, Japan! We love it now."
Really?
Yeah. MDMFK. Huh. And yeah, this is supposed to be Black's spiritual successor. I mean, it kind of is like Black, only not really anything like it at all, but whatever. You can tell there's a little bit of the Black DNA in it. Oh my, don't tell Twitter. Damn. Fucking kamikazes. Snack bars. This is also the time when games tried to have, like, point systems. Now, you notice this game is not trying to explain the points, it just has them. Bulletstorm tries to explain it by saying, like, oh, they want to use that to, like, train the troops or something. Chico, have you ever played Bulletstorm?
I think so.
Do you remember anything about it?
Let me look it up real quick, because I'm trying to remember what it is.
Exactly. Nobody remembers it, because it was generic.
Oh, I remember the cover art, but that's about it. The guy stomping on a zombie.
That's actually a mutated human, not a zombie. But yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a whole thing. Like, the backstory for Bulletstorm, I keep wanting to call it Borderlands. Like, now, Bulletstorm is a lot like Borderlands. It's kind of a ripoff of it, because, like, you fight psychos, kind of like in Borderlands. They're mutated humans. They got mutated by radiation. All kinds of stupid crap like that.
Power spike detected.
I kind of hate on Bulletstorm just because it kind of was everything wrong with 2011, really. But I will admit, I still remember it, and I'll also admit I'm kind of having fun with it as I replay it. I'm going to review it a few months from now.
Oh.
I wondered if that was a KMFDM successor or not. No,
I've been, Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'll just finish this. Like, Bulletstorm did not have an annoying robot, thankfully. It wasn't that annoying. So it's better than Borderlands in that regard. What were you saying?
Oh, I've been looking at more about one of my favorite games, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and I've been there's somebody who does speedruns of it that I've been watching for the past few days as well, and I didn't know you could speedrun it, and I also didn't know that they had like iceberg about the game. I'm finding out a bunch of stuff I had no idea about.
Yeah, I didn't know there was deep lore for that game. I mean, I need to play Gauntlet at some point. I mean,
Yeah.
that game's been around since the 80s.
Oh, I hate this motherboard.
Which is over 40 years ago. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend reading Marvel Star Wars. I mean, it was all you had till the EU, but the original Marvel Star Wars comics was goofy as fuck. For example, the original Last Jedi was literally a guy with Space Down syndrome that just called him... No, he didn't have Space Down syndrome. He had space brain damage, and he basically could just say Jedi like a Pokemon. It was very strange. Also, there was like horse breeding and racing in that. It's very, God damn it. It was very Flash Gordon-y. Gauntlet Dark Legacy has a novelization. Okay, let me... I'm actually going to take a picture of that comment just so I can look that up afterwards. Because I will totally find that book and do something with that.
It is very hard to find.
Oh, I'll find it. Oh, yes.
There was a, I'll send you the video later, but, I'm finding out that it's a two-parter. It's an iceberg. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'll send you the iceberg because it's more interesting than that video. Oh shit, I'm opening everything but the right. Everything but the right window in my computer.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. You got like 3 monitors, I'm still just rocking the one.
Yeah, I've gotten so used to having 3.
I just don't like I don't have a lot of space. I just don't want to be surrounded by, you know, radiation. I don't want to get like space cancer at age 40.
Fair enough.
And also it's always hot, so it's like I don't want to be roasting myself.
I'm roasting my balls with steel.
Oh my. Title is Gauntlet Dark Legacy Paths of Evil and was supposed to be a trilogy, but the other 2 were not published. Okay. It's
So,
eventually... Go on.
oh, there was supposed to be a Dark Legacy sequel game, but they, as I'm finding out, I think it was actually like they said the novelization that continued it.
Oh, you idiot.
Yeah, I can't articulate words right now.
Please wait while my brain reboots. I know that feeling.
There's supposed to be a continuation of the game. They ended up making another remake, even though with people who have actually been trying to add to the Gauntlet lore. They basically tried to put every single game into the lore.
Uh-oh.
And it's actually worked really well.
Huh.
So, like, the first 4 Gauntlet games are like the ancient times, kinda. And you'll hear more about that in the video I sent you. But,
whatever's hiding behind that door's got to be important. Transmitting codes.
yeah, it's just real. There's a lot to it, and I'm just learning more and more about it as the day goes on.
Yeah, I had no idea there was a Gauntlet lore at all. It's like, that's crazy. Considering it's literally just a, you know, arcade game.
Yeah.
There's a part of bubblegum crisis that takes place in Houston, Texas. Sweet. I played a little bit of Gauntlet in like an actual arcade a couple of years back. That was a lot of fun. Alright, so this is where the plot kind of goes off the rails. At first you might think this is just like a typical Modern Warfare-ish kind of game. No, now we're going to be fighting sci-fi troopers. The game does a poor job of explaining who it is we're fighting, because it's one of those things of like, you don't know who you're fighting, where, about what.
Security
So the enemy here in these science towers is an enemy called the Target. That's all they call it. It's just a target.
Right. Running codes from the key you found.
And it's like you don't know who they are, if they're the good guys, bad guys, and for whatever reason throughout the game, they constantly blow up their science towers to try to kill you. And it's like, wait a minute, that seems like a really wasteful way to try to kill somebody. It's like, how much do you think a base like this had to cost? And you're gonna blow it up?
Facility lockdown in progress.
Oh yeah, Jedi Academy had multiplayer, and it was really, really, really good. I didn't even play it against humans, and it was a lot of fun just against bots.
Yeah,
People still,
I
was gonna say, like, people today still play it multiplayer.
do. That's one of the games that I've had the most fun modding. You have movie battles, and then there's a different one that has like 300 characters.
That's nice. I just hope one day the Xbox version will work.
Oh, it does.
Oh. Oh. I have to acquire that legally soon.
Is now safe.
So the Zemu one, they updated it to the point now where it actually works.
Nice. One day I'm gonna have to stream just the original Xbox version, just cause. Let's see. Oh, I thought you said. That agnostic here said furry mod for RE2. It's like, uh-oh.
Furry mod.
No, it said funny mod, not furry mod. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if a furry mod did exist.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, the furries are taking over the world. The furries will inherit the earth.
Excuse me.
Oh my. More McDonald's.
Nah, Burger King.
Might actually have something approaching meat. Instead of just red slime number 2. It's a meat-like byproduct. Okay, would you rather eat like... Okay, here's a question. Here's something nasty. Alright. You have a choice. You can have ground up snouts and testicles, or you can eat a plant-based hamburger.
I don't know. Both of those make me want to puke.
Ooh, okay. How about this? You can eat the leavings of a like the shop meat. You know, the stuff that's just kind of left on the ground from cutting up regular meat, or you can eat lab-grown meat.
Probably the stuff on the floor, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather have something mechanically separated chicken. I'll eat that.
Yeah.
I don't know why people hate Star Wars Theory. I guess because he didn't like something that he was supposed to like, and he was popular, and so, yeah.
I think it's more so because he's just a dick.
Oh. I've never watched any of his videos, so I don't know.
He almost considers himself to be like the Star Wars guy. It's like, no, just because you have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and are a big Star Wars guy does not make you the Star Wars guy. You're just a dick.
It doesn't make you the Star Wars guy, it makes you a Star Wars guy.
Exactly.
And Chaotic, this is actually a pretty fun game. It doesn't have much of a plot going for it, but it's fun. It is a nice little Chaotic FPS. I don't know if I would have recommended dropping, like $60 on the game when it came out, but since you can just emulate it today, it's more than worth your time. Actually, got a review coming out on this next week.
So you don't want to play it for
Robin
Wizard
Kingo
this
literally
minute?
cuts Leon. What? Okay.
Wait, what now?
Apparently, Kendo ends up cucking Leon. I did not see that coming. Literally.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, and Neji, Triple X is busy adulting today.
Combat explosive
Because we all gotta adult sometimes.
Adult charges. The couple turned up in the
I got all my
Balkans after a
adulting
failed
done
sabotage attempt.
last
Haven't been able
week.
to trace them through regular channels. Good news, though. Definitely
I did a bunch of adulting this weekend with my wife, getting mulch spread around and then putting some new, I don't even know what it's called, but like this rubber stuff put around the little garden up front.
Huh?
These guys are definitely
Not bad. Not bad at all.
anything we can use yet. I want to know what's behind
That's the
that
only thing
door.
about being an adult. You gotta do all this crap. You finally got money, but now you don't have time to use it.
Let's see what they're
It's just not fair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they didn't like Star Wars Theory because he said that, like, yeah, Darth Vader wouldn't like sexual assault or something. It's like, why would he care?
I think it was more so something about Rey.
No.
Security
But
units
again,
inbound.
I don't care about Rey.
I like Rey Stance, but Rey Palpatine, not a fan. Not a fan.
She ain't Rey Skywalker.
Ugh. That is such a last-minute rewrite. It's like, why would she even say that? Like, even in the logic of Rise of Skywalker, why? Well, it's not really a woke movie, but like, why would she even say that? She has nothing to do with this guy. She's talked to Luke like twice.
Yeah. He definitely didn't train under him for very long.
Yeah, it's like they literally had a conversation. Imagine, like, you met somebody once. It's like, I'm gonna take your last name.
It's like Stalker much?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen Andor just because it's in that modern Disney continuity, so... Oh, next month. Next month it's gonna be Mando and Grogu, and yes, I'm gonna watch it just for content. Just for content, because you know it's gonna be bad.
Enemy troops inbound.
Yeah, I'll go see it. Probably just to see what popcorn bucket they come out with this time.
Probably be... You would think it'd be a Mando helmet, but it'll probably be like a Baby Yoda head. Somebody ate Baby Yoda's brain! Cool EU Sith. There's Darth Krayt, who I don't really like, but I mean... He is a pretty big and important character with a pretty neat backstory.
I like Marco Ragnar.
Yeah, he's good too. The Golden Age guys were pretty good.
Enemy troops inbound.
That's some of Kevin J. Anderson's good stuff. Come on, smash him! Oh, you bastard. Yeah, there's no way Star Wars is going to get good again just because the nature of media. If they were smart, they would just, you know, rip off the books. I went to go see Rise of Skywalker just because I wanted an excuse to go see a Star Wars movie, and I was, as you might imagine, kind of disappointed about it. I did indeed do a video on that, though. It's a 2-hour-long video. About as long as the movie, complaining about it. Like, oh man, it was bad. Darth Cadeus. No, I didn't really like the character that much. Because he's nothing more than just like a reskin of Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, hey, I got one.
Go for it.
My favorite Sith is Darth Vader.
Yeah, but I heard that guy like wanted to ban like meat and make people eat bugs. I don't like him.
Man, I didn't know that people thought that about me.
No. We'll eat the bugs. Yeah, I remember that was the name Darth Cadeus actually was it was a letter writing campaign, if I'm not mistaken. You could write in like what the name you wanted it to be, and that's the one that somehow got the most signatures or something like that. It's not the worst name of all time. Damn it! I'm gonna blame
What
the
was
chat.
Darth Vader?
Darth what?
What was Darth Vader?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Star Wars will never be good again because a corporation will never treat away an artist. And even George wasn't the best either, but yeah. Same kind of thing with like Star Trek as well, you know. Star Trek's not a hard show to make. You have a crew and they explore strange new worlds. You would think that would be easy. Yeah, so for the review of this, I was gonna show some of the music off, but unfortunately, for one, this game's so obscure. There's not a YouTube channel with like the music ripped from the game, so that sucked. And then the game, you can't hear the music because of all the gunfire, and so I finally just had to cut that part out. But it does have good music though.
Okay, that's enough. Time to get out of Wonderland.
Yeah, Lumaya, I think, is considered more of a dark Jedi because she's not like formally part of the Sith. She's similar to, but legally distinct from.
She wrote a non-disclosure agreement.
Exactly. It's one of those things. It's like she didn't actually join the Sith Order, so she's technically not a Sith. But it's very similar. It's like she's still waiting for the paperwork to show up.
She's a Biff.
Yep.
Or whatever that name is.
She's a crazy ass bitch. I'm still surprised that Predator finally got a good movie after all this time. I'm still blown away by how much I love Predator Badlands. It gives
I
me
enjoyed
hope
it.
Yeah, because it's actually good with characters and lore and, you know,
With the Kalisk.
Yep, and a big ass pog who's not annoying. I mean, yeah, she was like in half for most of the movie, but you know, it was a good half.
I don't know if it's much of a spoiler, but I felt bad for her character when I can't remember the name of the Predator, but when he was fighting the Kalisk. Spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched the movie yet, well, it's not really much of a spoiler, but she was trying to put herself back together, and then Deck came flying through the area that she was in, and basically just made that whole thing moot.
Yep, it's like, oh, come on.
They've taken the building and it looks like they're trying to break into the support point.
So, the Dark Jedi were pretty much what Sith were called until I think like the late 90s. Although Sith did actually show up in a deleted scene in the original Star Wars. Like, Darth Vader is legitimately called a Dark Lord of the Sith, but nobody knew what a Sith even was until way later. I have not seen the new covers for the X-Wing books, but I'm willing to bet that they're bad because I've seen a lot of the new covers for the Star Wars books, and yeah, very, very AI-ish. Uh-oh, we got the Devore. Don't tell Twitter. Just don't tell Twitter. They're gonna go nuts over it.
I don't tell Twitter anything.
Militia's rigged the building for demolition. We better clear those explosives.
I wouldn't mind having a Devore, but for a 5.56 bullpup, it ain't worth it. I do recommend, unrelated from bullpups, if you're going to get some 22 ammo in bulk, get the Remington Standard V. You can find that at Academy for a pretty good price. It's some of the cleanest 22 I've ever shot.
I'm gonna get a 22 because I have some ammo for it.
And 22s are fun and cheap to shoot. Next time I go to the range, I'm just going to be shooting one of my 22 pistols. But when the Devore came out, it was like this new sci-fi thing, and everybody wanted one, but like with so many of these bullpups, people just stopped caring because they were more expensive than a regular rifle, and they didn't really do much for you unless you're jumping in and out of armored vehicles. And a minivan is not exactly an armored vehicle. I I would be very surprised if the HK416-22 model is in any way accurate to the real one, because yeah, it's a 22 cal version. So
Enemy troops inbound.
if you're gonna get a 22 rifle, my recommendation is just get a 1022. It's generic, but there's a billion parts you can get for them, new triggers and things of that nature. I wanted to be a special snowflake, and I was going to get me a Walther Bullpup. Oh crap! And couldn't get parts, couldn't get mags, so yeah. If you're going to get any kind of gun, make sure you can get parts and mags for it. Otherwise, it's just going to kind of be a range toy, because when it breaks, it's going to be hard to fix. I still kind of want that Walther Bullpup, though. I have no need for it, but I kind of want it still. I mean, it's just a 22 rifle, but it's different. Get it, get it, get it! Aha! Take that, you bastard! Yeah, this game gets my seal of approval. Like, I really recommend just play it with the Xania emulator if you're on PC. If you're not, stop being a console peasant and get a PC. Oh crap! No! I was like almost to the checkpoint, and he shot me. What an asshole! So I just finished the Gears of War books. I decided to go through all of them. They're written by the same person who did the Republic Commando series, actually.
Nice.
And I'm going to tell you this. They're not nearly as good as the Republic Commando books, unfortunately. And they're very British. Like, oh my god, they're British. Like, and Gears of War is very much an American sort of thing. Have you played Gears of War, Darth Chico?
Yeah. Back when Games of Gold was a thing.
Okay. Do you think that, like, do you remember any of the character names?
Not offhand, but I know, like, Dom. That's probably the only name I know, and I think he ended up killing himself.
That's a major spoiler. Like, that's a big spoiler for the third game, but yeah.
I don't even know, but I'm just kind of guessing.
But he's very much an American-sounding character. But in the book, he says stuff like, "Oi, lads, we got a leg it." And I'm like, he's not gonna say that. Like, Dom is not gonna say, "Let's leg it, lads." He's not saying that. And apparently, Marcus in the books sounds posh, as in, like, Marcus, voiced by John DiMaggio, is apparently British. And both Dom and Marcus belong to the Royal Tyran infantry. It's like, wait a minute. So they're British. It's just, it's kind of funny that.
Apologies for the spoiler. I don't know. I didn't remember if that was actually something that happened.
Let's see. Japan does adult animations better than America. Yes. Japan's always been good with anime. The anime, or is it the anime?
There's an old one. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Star Blazers.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my dad is building a model kit from the battleship Yamato, and he bought a lighting kit for it. So
Now that right there was pretty ballsy when you think about it. 1970s, you know, the Yamato.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of the people that would have watched that with their kids would have been trying to blow that thing up, just like a few years earlier.
This has to be the target organization. If they're onto us, they'll be tracing the network. We should work
If you
fast.
could have one
Find that
shitty gun in your
major.
collection, what would it be? Nambu Type 94 or a Crossfire Mark 1? Ooh, that's a good question. see, if I was going to have a garbage gun, it wasn't any good. Let me think about that for a minute. I think I would take that Nambu, because like if you know what you're doing with it, it actually is. No, I take that back. I know what garbage gun I want. I want one of those auto mags. Apparently those things have really shit build quality. I would take that just because it's kind of cool. The wieldy auto mag.
You're finding guns in the garbage?
Yeah, like the wieldy auto mag is cool, but apparently it's not built to the highest quality.
No.
Is there a better way to say animation made for adult audience? That's a problem with like Prawn kind of like cornering the market on the word adult. Maybe just say mature animation, something like that. That might work.
Say booby animation.
Exactly. Safe for work anime. Oh crap!
There aren't many of those.
Funny part is in Cowboy Bebop you do get a nip in episode 1.
Well, like in the original Dragon Ball, when Goku was still a kid, there are some times where he's not clothed, so you just see everything.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Like I said, Japan's weird.
Yeah. I mean, there's also... I only found this out years ago when I was single, because, you know, why not? There's a scene with Bulma.
I know what you're talking about, but go on.
Where she's flashing Master Roshi. But for like two frames, they actually drew on little nipples.
Oh my, I mean, that's the Japanese for you. Shoot him in the back, shoot him in the back, shoot him in the back.
That was hilarious.
Hit him with incendiaries. Burn him alive.
Encryption device acquired.
This device you found is the same as the other.
The automag handgun. Okay, I guess I must have mixed them up because I remember like if the automag apparently was so shitty that like Clint Eastwood would like throw it off screen every time he'd have to use it because it just kept jamming all the time. Chris Hansen would like to have a seat. Yeah, the Crossfire Mark 1 is a weird cross between the pump action shotgun and a rifle. That was an AWB thing. Thank you, Clinton.
I'm trying to figure out how to get the Gauntlet games to work on PC.
I imagine if there's a PS2 version, it'll work with PCSX too.
Or let me rephrase that, the arcade versions.
Oh yeah, that'll be the hard part because that's why for me I just do the easy one and like, oh, if it's on PS2 I'll just use the PCSX2. I'm sure there probably is a way to get that to run, but I do not know. I remember it was a devil of a time to get the Star Wars trilogy to run because it required a special emulator. Yeah, I'd like to see a 90s style Star Wars anime too. And anime, the hand-drawn animation for the 70s through 90s was a thing of beauty. There's one anime, I forget what it's called now. It takes place like on Venus, and like every grain of sand is hand-drawn. It's like, that is autism at work right there.
I'm working on getting every version of Gauntlet on my PC.
I mean, that is a worthy goal. There is a Terminator anime. It was on Netflix. I haven't seen it. It's called Terminator Zero. I have no idea if it's good or not. I always find it funny that like all the animus, finally pronouncing it wrong again, that all the animus are always set in Japan. I guess we all kind of got a little bit of tism. I spent a ridiculous amount of time and even bought the DVD to get the X-Men animu. the DVD version because I want the original Japanese language tracks instead of the dub. You can actually find AI upscaled versions of the dub, but like the dub is crap. Even though Stephen Blum is Wolverine. Oh, I think that's a civilian. No, it's not. It's a suicider. Black Magic and M66. I've seen that. It's kind of slow though. Remember I showed that to Weeb Girl and she was like, well, that was pretty boring. And you know, I kind of had to concur with that. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it is a very slow thing. Same thing with like Appleseed. Appleseed is a weird anime.
That's a thing.
Yeah, Appleseed is like a weird acronym. Spider-Man 2099 and 90s style. Yeah, I'd like to see that too. There's kind of something like that called Spider-Man Unlimited where they go to the furry planet. Yes, really. And,
Scavengers present.
hang on.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking, yesterday when I got that original Xbox for only $15, because they thought it was broken. They hadn't actually tested it out yet to see if it worked. So when one of the workers at my local game shop brought it out, he said, "Yeah, we don't know if this one works." The guy who brought it in said he thought it was broken. So, and then it said only $15 on it. So I was like, is it only $15? He said, "You know what? For you, yeah." So.
The benefits of being technologically literate. Let's see.
I'm gonna try to get my other one fixed, and then maybe I could do that LAN thing you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, the old LAN parties. I remember I went to absolutely none of them because that would require me to associate with humanity. But I was aware of them back in the ancient days of the 2000s. Because yeah, I didn't have any friends growing up. I really didn't. Just because I didn't really. I never met any cool people until 2010 at the earliest.
Objective located.
You won't be able to get in until those barriers come down.
I didn't play any of these multiplayer games. No, I take that lie back. I think I played Halo 2 multiplayer once. And it wasn't what I would call that much fun. Because, like, you know, since I'm not a multiplayer gamer, anytime I play multiplayer with anybody, they're all, like, super experienced playing it. And, like, you never get a chance to actually learn how to play the game, and so you just die every 5 seconds.
No.
That's why I'm more of a co-op kind of guy.
Explosive trip.
Yeah.
Eventually I want to stream some couch co-op games. I gotta find somebody to put on the casting never mind.
Explosive troops.
That's why I keep going to cons. I'll find me a con girl one day, and then y'all will see a stream of Metal Slug 1 through 6. Eventually I want to do like a direct comparison of Metal Slug to Contra. I mean, I would say that Metal Slug and Contra are very comparable, but I like Metal Slug a lot more because you don't die on contact with the enemy. I think that's one of the reasons why Contra is such a cheap-ass game, is not only do you have to avoid getting shot, but you also have to avoid the enemies from running into you. Metal Slug, you don't have to do that.
I think there's only one time I actually did like a true LAN party, but it was PCs only.
Nice. That's good offensive.
Yeah, I never played any games LAN. When I was doing multiplayer all the time, it was all via the internets or a virtual LAN through a virtual LAN called Tungle, which I don't think exists anymore.
Probably not.
but it worked. That's the main thing. That's how I played a lot of like I had a lot of really good memories of Tungle, like playing Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising, where I told the pilot to get out of the helicopter, and it crashed, and we all died. I didn't mean to do that. It's just the pilot was stupid and listened to me. I hit the wrong button. Oh, that poor PC tower. It's been so abused. Oh yeah, Game Boy. I never used that though. Damn it.
The only reason I go to conventions now is to find toys that I can't find anywhere else.
It's not bad. If I had more room, I'd do the same thing, but it's like, I've got a lot of everything, so it's, yeah.
Yeah,
see.
I mean, oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
I mean, to be fair, I have too much stuff anyway.
That's how it goes. And yet, no matter what it is, you never want to part with it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just broke a old Star Trek alarm clock today.
No.
I pulled it out of its box and all the wires came out.
Oops. $30 years old. That's just wrong. Damn it. Let's see. The best way to play Metal Slug is quickly and easily is on MAME. Yeah. Be sure to get the Neo Geo BIOS file, so it'll actually work. But you can also play it on the PS2. You can literally emulate. You can emulate the PS2 version that emulates the Neo Geo version. Heard you like emulators, so I put an emulator in your emulator so you can emulate the emulation. Weirdly enough, though, I don't know if it's true anymore, but Metal Slug 6 won't emulate on either the PS2 version or the PSP version.
Metal Slug 6?
Yeah, it crashes.
You said PS2?
Yeah, it's part of the Metal Slug anthology.
Oh, here it is, anthology.
No, I'm gonna download that just to see if it actually works now.
Alright. I remember the last time I tried, it just crashes. I remember the other day my mother asked me if I had Metal Slug. I was talking about it, and she's like, "Oh, did you ever own that?" I'm like, "My first." That's how you know you're way too tistic when it comes to video games. The answer is yes. I have and do own Metal Slug 1 as part of the Metal Slug anthology, because I do have a legitimate copy of Metal Slug anthology for PS2. And when I was a teenager, I don't have it anymore, but I had a copy of the anthology on PSP. I played it on a band field trip and it was awesome. But my first thought was like, no, I don't own Metal Slug 1 because that is a very expensive Neo Geo cartridge. Ugh,
Oh, damn.
my brain. The original Metal Slug AES, which is the home console version of the Neo Geo, runs like many thousands of dollars.
Which, you said Metal Slug 1 for Neo Geo?
Yeah, specifically AES, not MVS.
Oh, there it is. There's an arcade collection, but I can't find like the actual version. Oh, here it is. Wait, no, that's 2. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually looking at the right thing because there's like 17 different things.
It should be a giant game cartridge. Like the Neo Geo AES home console, like the cartridges were huge. They weighed like 10 pounds. Now, like the actual arcade cabinet, like version of Metal Slug 1 is only a few $100s as far as I know.
Oh, here it is. $474.
Yeah, it ain't cheap.
Jeez.
Because they never made that many of them. Like in 1991, when the Neo Geo AES, the home console version, was released, that thing was like $600 or something, and like $91. So And I'm not sure you could even buy it. I've talked to people that apparently you had to rent it from like a hotel or something, so... Damn it. Yeah, I've been looking at Chuck Norris a lot myself, actually. I really like Chuck Norris. I'm a big fan now. I mean, I of course was aware of Chuck Norris. I like Chuck Norris, but I'd kind of forgotten about him for a while until he unfortunately passed. I've been watching a lot of interviews with him, like on Johnny Carson and the much less famous Dick Cavett. He's a really cool guy. He's very down to earth, very humble. I had a chance to meet him at a con in Belton, Texas. Unfortunately, he had to cancel, which meant I didn't get to see him. My favorite Chuck Norris anything is still going to be Walker, Texas Ranger. I haven't seen that many of his movies, unfortunately, or if I have, it's been so long I don't really remember them. Like, I know Lone Wolf McQuade, but I don't remember anything about it. The last Chuck Norris movie I remember watching distinctly was The President's Man, and it was pretty good. Chuck Norris is basically what Steven Seagal wishes he was. Walker, Texas Ranger is kind of like the Power Rangers to a certain extent. Like, in every episode, Chuck has to kick somebody in the face. It's like every episode. The villain, it's like, oh, I'll get you, Walker! And it's like, kicks him right in the face. Every time. They don't need no Megazord. You see Chuck Norris's foot. One thing I do regret to inform everyone of, though, is, sadly, Enter the Dragon is not a good movie. I tried to sit through it recently, and it is the most boring thing I have ever sat through. The only thing that's good about it is the Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee fight. And that's it. And that's at the very end of the movie. Like, the whole movie is just not good. Yeah, Walker, Texas Power Ranger.
Oh my.
But yeah, Enter the Dragon, not good. Not good. I don't know why the 70s were they couldn't make a movie in the 70s until Star Wars. Once again, though, Chuck it. The Chuck fight was still good, though.
He's called in an airstrike.
Because Chuck Norris is pretty badass. Oh crap! I'm like kind of like wedged on this mountain here or hill. Talking about mountains and hills, I discovered something the other day that's really cool, and it's going to be my next vacation, like next year. It's called an alpine roller coaster. Oh, it's Way of the Dragon. Okay, it's not Enter the Dragon. Whatever. Way, Enter, whatever. Same thing. It's got Bruce Lee in it. But yeah, this alpine roller coaster thing is really cool. It's basically this thing it's like a roller coaster, but you're going down a mountain instead. There's one in Texas that just opened up a few years ago, and gonna head out there like August of next year. It's one of those things that like a lot of people go to it, so you gotta plan it like a while in advance. Gonna get a cabin and everything. It's gonna be awesome. It's been a few years since I've had a vacation. What are you saying?
I wouldn't mind getting an arcade cabinet. Like, so there's like 3 different things I want to save up for. One of them's a Mustang, like one of the used ones where I can get at a salvage yard, where it's not that expensive in comparison.
Yeah.
And then a Gauntlet Dark Legacy arcade cabinet.
There might be an Arcade 1-Up. I know Arcade 1-Up went out of business, but there might be like an alternate like company equivalent to that.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, unfortunately, Arcade 1-Up. They went the way of
When
the
did they go out
dodo.
of business?
I think the Ramocalypse had something to do with it. Although that's a bit ironic because now that Ramocalypse is over because Sam Altman can't afford to pay for that or something. Like, basically all that RAM they bought is I'm gonna die. All that RAM they bought, they're not gonna pay for.
Damn.
So, damn it.
Oh well, what are they expecting to do? the stuff with that people have been doing with the buy now, pay later stuff is they'll buy it, but they won't pay for it.
Yep. Actually, no. Let me think about this for a minute. Okay. From what I read, they did a non-binding like letter or something to buy all this RAM, and since it was non-binding, they either didn't have the money or didn't plan to pay, and so they didn't pay for it. And now RAM is going down in price.
Oh well, I mean, I'm glad it's going down in price, but what a reason.
Yeah, that is such BS, but it's what it is.
Okay, I got Metal Slug Anthology downloaded, so I'm gonna put it in my all emulator games folder.
Yeah, the Lost World Jurassic Park arcade cab is pretty nice. I like the original Jurassic Park one, but there's no room for that. And I bet those pneumatics die pretty fast. Oh, you bastards. Yeah, I have an arcade cabinet myself. I did get a arcade one-up a number of years ago. Got a pretty good deal on it, too. Came with the arcade cabinet, the little riser thing, and a bar stool. They make an arcade cabinet for the a Neo Geo like modern arcade cabinet. I kind of want to get that, but I have no room for it.
Oh, like in my basement here, if my wife would let me, I don't know if she would. She probably would, but I'd have to ask her first, and then buy her a bunch of Pokemon cards. Be like, hey babe, can I go ahead and buy this arcade cabinet and take it downstairs? Thanks.
The Pokemans. You know, I never played that game. The Pokemon arcade cabinet. Card game. There we go.
Jeez, John, there's things that I didn't even know about.
Man, like talking about those Pokemon cards though, like they have those vending machines in all the grocery stores now. They're always like being sold out.
Speaking of that, there's a grocery store called Woodman's here that we went to go get groceries from this weekend because I love that place. But they have one there, and my wife just wanted one pack, and they were basically completely out.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
I think some of that has to do with like scalpers.
Yeah, but what one of the actual staff had said was that after you buy like one pack or something, after about 20 minutes, it refreshes. And once you buy one thing, it'll say that everything else is sold out, so you can't do that.
Oh.
But I mean, the lengths that they're going to now to stop scalpers is just asinine.
Yeah, but what can you do?
Necessary though.
Yeah. Let's see. Never found the first Jurassic Park arcade cabinet. Never seen one in person. I actually am old enough to have seen the first Jurassic Park arcade cabinet at a Chuck E. Cheese, and I was a kid. It was a lot of fun.
Is that the one where it's basically like the most spastic, hectic version of the game?
Yeah, the seat moves because it's on like pneumatic arms.
Yeah, I got to play that at Chuck E. Cheese too.
It's pretty badass. And Cyrus, the thing is, like, you're not going to be in a relationship like that because you're aware of it. The thing is, when it comes to like meeting a girl, it's like if a girl does that, you're going to know pretty fast. Really, you're supposed to like each other. And if you like each other, you're not going to like try to fuck each other over. It doesn't mean you won't argue, but a lot of the bad relationships you hear are basically like bad people getting together with other bad people. So the moral of the story is don't be a bad peoples. And you'll be golden, man.
But what if I want to be silver?
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Or bronze.
I go silver! Hooray!
That is a franchise I never cared about.
I just like the saying.
Yeah. Now, whenever you see like all those relationship horror stories, ask yourself, who are the people engaging in these relationships in the first place? And then you'll notice like, oh, they're all idiots. That's why. It's kind of funny that like Jurassic Park is like a dinosaur franchise and a car franchise.
The car part.
Boom! I love the explosions. Damn it. MP7! Count the 7.
Yeah, I didn't know they went that high. That's a lot of MP3 players.
Wait a second.
Okay. That's a lot of different MP3 players.
Yeah. That was one of those kids that did not have one of those Apple iPhone, not iPads, iPhone. What was the name of the music player?
Oh, iPod?
Yeah, iPod. Never had one.
I got one later, but then again, let's see. I got one when I was thinking like 2012 or 13.
Damn it.
So, it was fun. Definitely had way too much access to things that I didn't need to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But, some cool stuff.
Most Michael Crichton novels feature cars or pretty much, yeah. Ooh, Michael Crichton in particular. Recently read one of his earlier books called Eaters of the Dead. Oh man, it's good. Like, it is really good. What did you say?
That sounds nasty.
Well, it is, but not for the reasons you think. It takes place in like takes place 1,000 years in the past, and stars this religion of peace guy who travels with some Vikings and eventually has to fight like I'm not gonna spoil what the monsters are. Fight the monsters, you know. It's basically a modern day retelling of Beowulf.
I am Beowulf. Hear me.
And it's pretty good. Like, I really enjoyed it. The nasty part is, be glad, thank whatever God you may or may not believe in, that you didn't live back 1,000 years ago. Because, the religion of peace guy, talks about engaging in certain activities with a, female, a Viking female, right? And he said it's described that she stank so bad that he had to cover his nose.
Yeah.
So.
Yucky.
But the novel's really good. Yeah, there is a movie called The 13th Warrior, and I've not seen it yet. I have acquired it legally. Antonio Banderas plays as the religion of peace guy. Okay, so here's our, the first time we have to fight this, talking lipstick tube. And she doesn't get a name, she just doesn't like you, and is British, and has high heels. You can't actually hurt her with your weapon. What you do is you have to, like...
Just not gonna hurt her. Keep her occupied, I'll find an answer.
Yeah, so right now you gotta, like, not die, and then fill up your, icons so you can, eventually call in an airstrike. But I think the movie is going to tone down a lot of stuff that the book has, which makes sense, because you want to have fun and watch the movie. And not read about, you know, like, the religion of peace guy is like, you know, the Vikings treat their, slaves too nicely. I'm sure they cut that part out of there.
They treated them like barbarians, man.
No, they said they're too nice. Didn't,
No, I mean, that's probably what they were saying.
No. Oh man, if they tried to have Antonio Banderas play as a, you know, an Arabic person today, they'd be like, Twitter would be up in arms, Blue Sky would have a meltdown. But since when doesn't Blue Sky have a meltdown? Did the satellite just burp? I don't know. Maybe it did. Okay, let's blow this up. Oh, no, you can't. What you have to do is you have to drop in an airstrike. Okay, I forgot.
Target destroyed.
I know how to play video games. Alright, so now you gotta like fill up your icons by shooting these guys here. So you can call in another airstrike.
Oh.
Which I think is pretty clever. It's something different, and there's no QTEs in this game at all. Like, can you imagine there was a time, Darchico, that that people liked QTEs? Like, people actually thought they were good.
Try that out.
I'm glad they're no longer popular anymore. Like, give me all those sweet, sweet icons.
There's a cheat code.
Target
Can you do a save state? No, I can't do a save state.
Yeah, the
You know what?
soundtrack is
Fuck it.
badass.
target destroyed.
Like I said, I'd had it play. I would have had it play in the review if I could actually get like some clean sound off it, but I couldn't. And there's no downloadable version on YouTube, as far as I know. Come on, shoot him! Shoot him!
PlayStation.
I have seen that book, Cyrus. It looks interesting. I just never was a big George R.R. Martin fan.
Oh, come on. Up the quality, you bastard.
I think my favorite arcade cabinet has been and always will be the Neo Geo. If I could, which I can't because I have no room for it and it would cost more money than I'm willing to spend, and I don't know how you'd get the system to actually work. I'd love to have a AVP arcade cabinet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd love to have one. I mean, what's kind of cool is that in the very early days of the channel, somebody actually sent me a link to one that was only $300. But that was back in like 2010, and there's no way to know if that even worked. This made arthritis and carpal tunnel happen sooner. Yeah. QTEs can be good. Like, I liked them in Turok 2008, but at the same time, like, Resident Evil 4 was really bad with those things, because they had just become a new thing. And so, like, half the time you're trying to watch a cutscene and you die. Yeah, Song of Ice and Fire hasn't been finished, and I'm just gonna say, like, it's a bit overrated for what it is. It's just a fantasy series. If you want to read something good that's fantasy, my recommendation is the novel Academy of Outcasts by Larry Correia. I just did a video on it. It'll post next month, this month. It's basically about a dude who wants to learn magic, but he doesn't have inherent magical abilities, and so they don't let him into like a magical school, and a few other things like that end up happening. It's pretty good. I don't like Harry Potter. I didn't like Harry Potter when it came out. I still don't today. It's a dweeb in a school, okay? Harry Potter is like the dweebiest protagonist ever. I don't know about y'all, but I hated school, so... I don't really want to read a book about school. Like being locked in a building all day without getting paid. I don't know that I like that. But if you go to work, it's worth it.
I think you guys are
Like, you're a wizard, Larry.
There's a cheat code for Legends on PlayStation 1 called Messiah,
Uh-oh.
where it basically gives you everything, and then makes you level 99. I think that's max stats. That's about it, right?
Oh, I thought it was gonna let you play as like Jesus or something.
That'd be funny.
Like, that's sacrilegious. Yep, North Korea or South Korea. Uh-oh. Although, ironically, Larry Korea is from California, so... I mean, he's like the libertarian writer of all time. He's from California. But there are conservative places in California, so there's that. The Dark Tower. My grandfather liked that series well enough. I've never read it.
Really did that news? Okay, yeah, I thought you got all of them.
What do you mean?
Oh, with the cheat, you can access every part of the tower.
Oh.
But you have none of the rune stones, but you can still access the underworld.
Interesting. Oh, you bastard! Color TV! Oh my god!
Color TV.
It wasn't that long ago that was actually a big deal, that, you know, not everybody had such a thing.
I think I still have to stream up. I'm trying to read the comments too.
Okay. But Larry Korea, Larry Korea's Star Wars book could be really, really good. I get the feeling he would write about a smuggler or something like that. I'd read it. Well, I'd read the shit out of it. Not everything Larry Korea writes is good, though. His last few Monster Hunters have not been good. They've been a little too dark for what they are. And his Son of the Black Sword is not good. It's just grade A garbage. Basically, the protagonist is really bad. Like, it's basically an unlikable protagonist and just a generic war plot. The titular Son of the Black Sword is an asshole. He never learns not to be an asshole. And it's about 2 books too long, so that hasn't been good. His, No, you idiot, no! Oh, I hit the wrong button. So I used up some of my, space juice. Tommy Wiseau, didn't they already do that? Wasn't that, Rise of Skywalker? But Academy of Outcasts, though, like, Larry is back in proper form, though. Like, he did really good with that. Like, the protagonist is actually likable. The world is, you know, legitimately interesting. The magic system's pretty good, even if it's kind of a rip-off of Brandon Sanderson, but he did it better than Brandy Sandy. Brando Sando.
Quadro Sandro.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm an idiot, and I hope I didn't lose, because, oh, I'm just gonna have to unalive myself, I guess. Goodbye, cruel world. Blues Brothers. Ooh, that's a classic. It's actually legitimately funny. Even if they were all on cocaine at the time. The Nose Candies. 11/22/63. I kind of like that book, though. But it does take a long time to get to the point, and the actual time travel is kind of lame. I don't know that Stephen King would be as positive about the past as he was back then, though. Because Stevie Boy is a little on the wokey side today. And that even comes from people who are fans of him, not just me saying it. Because I know a bunch of fans of Stephen King, and even they say he's kind of the woke. Even they do it, the actual fans. One of the Stephen King stories that I do like, though, god damn it, that I do like, that is actually legitimately creepy as fuck, is one of the, it's not even really supernatural. It's Gerald's Game. I haven't read the book, but I have watched the movie. As the guy that plays Captain Pike is Gerald, which I was kind of shocked at. But what Gerald's Game is about is, you see, you've got this guy and this woman, and this guy is kind of like engaging in some very naughty practices, and leaves this woman,
oh my,
not chainsawed, handcuffed to a bed. He dies of a heart attack, and she's kind of stuck there. A dog randomly comes into the room and starts eating his corpse. And so basically it's just her being stuck on a bed the entire time, and it's legitimately creepy. It's like when Captain Pike goes wrong. The tall, pale guy. Oh yeah, that guy was pretty creepy. Like, I was legitimately scared by that character. And I don't scare easily. And I much prefer the regular people in Star Wars versus like the Jedi and shit. That's why I'm a big fan of X-Wing and the Republic Commando series. That's why I love Han Solo over Luke Skywalker. I mean, Luke is cool, but Han the Man is Han the Man. So, honestly, if they got rid of the Force in Star Wars, I'd be okay with that. The Force is cool, but like just the... It's kind of like Mass Effect would be better without the Reapers. Because, like, I kind of want that story with just the council versus, like, all the politics instead of the giant, you know, like, rage machines.
Yeah, makes sense.
But, like, which do you like, Chico? The Force or the regular people?
I will say I've never played Mass Effect.
No, I mean, like, in Star Wars.
Oh, can you repeat the question?
Well, what stories do you like? The ones with a lot of Jedi or the ones with a lot of regular people?
I kind of prefer the Jedi just because, I mean, I've loved the concept of being a Jedi since I was a little kid. Considering I would go out, when I would go outside and I had one of those little $10 lightsabers that you would flick out.
Yeah.
I would whack a bunch of weeds with it, like I was a Jedi. So for, you know, no reason, but just whacking a bunch of weeds. But yeah, honestly, I kind of prefer the Jedi. But regular people do add to it because you don't really see them that often.
Good luck. Be fast. Come home.
Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know if that's kind of a shit take.
No, it's fine. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I had those little flick out lightsabers too. I mean, I'm old enough that, you know, Force effect sabers and other things like that simply did not exist. So...
I think those came out in like 2007.
Yeah, I would have been 18 at the time.
Yeah, I know my dad had Darth Vader's and Luke's. And unfortunately, Luke's kicked the bucket a good long time ago now.
Yeah.
So he just took the blade out of it so he can attach it to his belt.
That's cool.
So... Oh no, that was it.
No, that's not like when I was a kid before these fancy-ass modern lightsabers existed. I was one of those lucky motherfuckers that my family spray-painted the blades red and green. Well, one was red, one was green. And I was happy to have it.
I also had the paper towel, toilet paper roll ones. So, obviously it broke pretty quickly because I wasn't gentle with it.
Oh my, but yeah. Qui-Gon's lightsaber. You know, I actually still have, wait, go on.
Oh, no, I was agreeing with you.
I had Darth Maul's lightsaber, although not the one that you might think. I had the one that came filled with candy.
Oh, I had that one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
See, here's the thing, like, if you don't cut somebody's head off, you can, like, throw candy at them and they'll die from a heart attack. Much more dark-sidey.
So, you knew of that one. You also knew they had a Obi-Wan's lightsaber from episode 1, right?
Ooh, I think I might have had an Obi-Wan lightsaber, but maybe not the one you're thinking of.
I had the one that was actually made of candy, and I don't know if I finished it and it was just, it ended up being a toy, but I had it for a long time, and I ended up losing it at a grocery store when I was a kid because I dropped it in like the cooling section of like the where they got just various things that need to be cooled off at a grocery store.
Yeah.
And it fell into one of those, and unfortunately the grocery store staff couldn't go get it for me.
Damn, I hate it when that shit happens.
Yeah. I found them on eBay though.
Hopefully they're not $80 badillion.
Nah, they're like $5 each.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Menagerie is kind of dull. I mean, it's easy to see why they replaced Captain Pike with Will Chat. And no, I never had the Jar Jar tongue, thankfully.
Oh, yeah, no.
Let's see. A bridge of cinder blocks over a big puddle, a duel with lightsabers. That's awesome. Let's see. I had that DL-44 in the 90s. I remember when I got that for Christmas. And I swear this is true. You can ask my grandmother. It happened. I called her up and I was like, I got the Han Solo blaster, and she like said something. I then pretended to shoot the phone. It's like, not an interesting conversation anyway. Yes. I was a nerd even back then, so.
Poor grandma.
Yeah, she remembered that. I also remembered that, like, I had forgotten about this, that when I was a kid, somebody asked me if I read Harry Potter, and evidently I answered, no, I only read Robert A. Heinlein. I don't remember reading those Heinlein juveniles, but I must have. Have spacesuit will travel. Talking about $11 badillion, I acquired legally a copy of Super Mario Galaxy, and I watched it, and I can safely say it is better than the first, but it's a pretty alright movie, but I feel like it just panders too much, by which I mean it feels very Disney with a lot of like... Okay. Chico, have you noticed in like kids movies today, they have like the flashing colors and bright lights just so little Timmy will pay attention?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen as many of them nowadays just because I don't care. But, I would say, yeah.
It's that I hate so much because it comes off as kind of disingenuous.
Well, like, for me, when I was younger, I'm not saying I'm really old now, but when I was more so a kid in the early 2000s, like my parents would always take me to all the new Pixar movies and whatnot, like Ice Age, WALL-E, Ratatouille, and all that good stuff. And I mean, those were good movies for when I was watching them as a kid. So, and some of the stuff I've seen nowadays, I mean, it's like, yeah, I understand that they're trying to do new stuff like I did back then, and some of it just doesn't work. But
yeah, because it just comes off as either disingenuous or just really infantile.
Yeah. Did you know they're doing a Backrooms movie now?
A what?
Have you? Okay. Have you heard of the Backrooms?
Oh, Backrooms. Yeah, we're making memes in the movies now.
Yeah. They actually the Backrooms have become quite a large series of games now.
Huh. Man, I'm out of the loop. These kids today and their back rooms and their AC/DC devil music. I don't know. I can't keep up.
Yeah, I just saw it. I thought it was an April Fool's joke. Because I was like, oh, they're making an entire trailer for April Fool's. No, it's real.
Yeah. And Cyrus, I think I probably said let's go to lunch. 'Cause I think I was making an Office Space joke.
Oh, are you talking about... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that's before I worked in an office.
Is he talking about the video where you said it's a video game title? It's like, alright, let's go to lunch.
Yeah, it's like, just call it Alien 3 on the gun, because you use a gun, man.
Alien 3, Acid Rain.
That wouldn't be a bad title, though, really. That's not bad.
No. I mean, that's one of the things you put in the video, so it would have been a good one.
Oh, I did it? Huh, I don't remember. That's an old review. Back in the good old days of early 2000s.
Yeah, I remember too much stuff.
Yeah, it's no big deal. But yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, it's a little better in that you don't see Princess Peach girl bossing as much. They do acknowledge that Mario is indeed heterosexual, so that's good to see. Because he actually is romantically interested in Princess Peach. There is a few unfortunate implications, though. Bowser has a son. Now, in the games, he has, like, multiple kids. But it's like, wait a minute. He wants to get together with Princess Peach, but he's already got a son. So does that mean there's, like, some kind of, like, turtle woman somewhere that's now just a single mom because she got left by, Bowser?
He just took all the kids.
Yeah, it's like, what a dick.
Either that or, you know, with a lot of modern things, he wanted the kids, but she didn't.
Uh-oh. A girl boss, Bowsette.
Oh no, not Bowsette.
Isn't Bowsette, like, is that either from a game or is that just DeviantArt? I don't remember.
No, so there was some crown that, I don't even know much about it. I just know that there was a crown that turned somebody into a woman. I think.
Okay.
I don't know if it was like a canonical thing, or if it was like a fan thing, but they put it on Bowser and he became Bowsette.
Okay, I haven't thought about Bowsette in ages. I remember that was like a popular meme for a while, and then no one cared about it anymore.
Yeah, it was, as the kids nowadays say, gooner bait.
Oh. I don't know, I can't keep up. You know, it used to be there was just a Fallout 1, now there's a Fallout 76. I missed 75 of the Fallouts.
Oh damn, I didn't know that many.
Let's see, Iron Lung? No. I kind of wanted to see it, but not enough to pay for it. And I haven't acquired it legally yet.
That's one that I don't think anybody's put it out there yet, but that's the one that Markiplier made.
Yeah. It's not a bad concept. Yeah, Bowsette was all over the place.
Yeah. And did I know of Bowsette content?
I don't remember seeing... Wait, go on.
Oh, I was doing the fake coughing.
Okay.
Yes, content.
Oh yeah, you didn't go to DeviantArt for the never mind. Let's see. I don't know if that Shirley Kirk memorial was at the end of the... It wasn't at the end of the version I saw, so I don't know.
Was that the end of a movie?
Evidently, I didn't see it, so... I just saw the post-credit scene of, like, Bowser and Bowser Jr. in jail. Oh, yeah. Here's the spoiler. Mario wins! Oh! Who would have thought?
Let's find somewhere to put that data intercept in place.
No, Bowser won and killed Mario. It's the dark ending. But now Mario Galaxy, I wouldn't recommend watching it in theaters, but it's not a big waste of time. They bring in Fox McCloud and it's all right, and it's 100% okay, but it's channeling like
Let's get out of here.
it's channeling Wreck-It Ralph. That's what I'm thinking of. It's kind of channeling the second Wreck-It Ralph movie. It's a lot of just in your face, constant screaming and screeching and such.
They know we're inside. Shutting down
Oh yeah, the
town.
Yoshi's
They're
egg,
not facing this
kind of like the 1990s Godzilla. Okay, see now they're gonna blow up the science tower instead of like trying to kill you. It's like,
You've got to get out. You've got to get out now.
how much did this science tower cost to make? They're just gonna blow it up. Like, thanks for helping, guys, because blowing it up would have been kind of hard if I had to do it myself. It still always kind of weirds me out whenever I hear in like a kid's movie or like the villain's talking about like killing somebody. Because when I was growing up, nobody said kill. It was always like, we will destroy them.
Or defeat or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Bowser's like, oh, we're totally gonna kill Mario. It's like, no, it's Bowser Jr. Oh, and they did the baby Mario thing, which I don't know how much I like that. If they were trying to rush like Yoshi's Island, oh man, that game was
Oh, were
expensive
they?
back in the day.
Yoshi's Island.
Cyrus, the only movie I watched in theaters that was worth it was Predator Badlands. I went to see it twice. So,
I don't know if anybody was asking me anything, but I haven't been looking.
it's just, you know,
All right.
hey, I mean, you can answer the question. I won't be like, how dare you? You have to sit in a corner and think about what you've done. But,
Oh, but of course.
but yeah, there's not much to go see, really. It's all millennial writing
Yeah.
anyway.
Then again, I've also watched all the old stuff so many times that it's kind of monotonous at this point.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You're gonna need to get clear of the area.
Well,
You're gonna need to
like,
get very clear.
I actually took a more recent
They found
picture
your
of my
escape.
parents' movie
You'll have to
wall
get through the
and
mine and up onto one of those
their
cranes above you.
movie selection upstairs. And I've seen most, if not all, the videos, movies in these selections so many times that it's just I'm like, oh yeah, let's watch Blazing Saddles for the 90th time.
Yep. I know that
Not saying it's
feeling.
a bad movie though.
That's why I try to find like stuff that's from the past that I haven't seen or haven't heard of. Like if you want a good comedy that's kind of obscure, it's Without a Clue starring Michael Caine. It's a Sherlock Holmes parody. It's pretty funny. I liked it a lot.
With those SAMs still functioning. Destroy their targeting
Oh, the 1993 Mario movie. Oh, that is fucking nuts. If you want like something that's more accurate, I did a video ages ago on the Great Operation to Rescue Princess Peach, the Mario anime from 1988. It's actually, you know, more accurate to Mario. It's not annoying. You have to watch it in the original Japanese, but it's a great little anime. It's batshit crazy too, but much closer to the games. Princess Peach is not a complete waste. She actually does try to fight, but Mario's there for a reason. The reason why it's PG-13 is
They can't bring the
it
drone
doesn't
in
matter
with
that
those
it's
SAMs still
PG-13
functioning.
because it's nothing but androids in the movie, so they do the classic like 90s thing of like, oh, you can dismember a robot but not a human, so it works.
Oh, Chainsaw just hopped in. I don't think I've talked to you before.
We have not. That's why I jumped on to introduce myself. Hello, everyone.
It's the
I'm
chainsaw
just playing
man.
up PlayStation 1 Legends.
Instruction inbound.
Oh,
They
okay.
can't bring the drone in
I
with
just
those
got
SAMs still
home.
functioning. Destroy their targeting equipment and we'll be back
I've been
in
busy
business.
this weekend, spending money I didn't need to on stuff that I wanted.
I know that feeling. See, Chainsaw,
Yeah,
you
turn
came
your
here
volume
right
up.
at the end of the stream, though. I'm like almost done.
Well, no.
Objective should be just ahead.
It's the
I'm seeing a
cameo.
guard unit close by. Obviously, no one's told them this
Yeah,
place is
usually the one
about
that
to
I
be
make.
annihilated.
Militia reinforcements en route.
I just thought everyone was on. I'm like, oh shit, it's Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, Medic is
what
busy
to do?
adulting now.
Yeah, we should all shame him in chat later.
It's like taking care of your family, that's lame.
Good work. One more to go.
Just don't have one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Live
Don't have
only to stream.
Nerd.
Live to stream, stream to live. PG-13 does normally dilute movies, but like if you do it right, it can actually work in your favor.
Well, it used to be that PG-13 was barely not long. Remember that, like in the
Yeah, PG used to be more PG-13 than PG-13 is.
yeah. Well, things also used to be rated G.
Oh yeah. They don't grade anything G nowadays.
No, unless I guess like straight to streaming slop baby movies get that.
AI slop baby movies.
I mean, that does exist. Because I remember, like, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, that was a PG, and you literally see somebody's heart get ripped out of their body.
Yeah, I mean, like you would find like there's a movie called Dragon Slayer,
Oh.
80s. That has like straight up nudity and it is PG.
Wait, hold up, it does?
Yeah, brief nudity. Skinny dipping finds out she's a girl.
Is it? I mean, are there boobs in it?
No, it's just man ass.
Oh, never mind.
Not the man ass! That's just lame.
Nobody wants to see no man ass.
And also, I think it's more high definition. More. I mean, Never Say Never Again, that Bond movie that General Lotz defends, that has a straight up nip slip in that you can't see unless you watch the high definition.
I will die on that hill.
What's the airplane movie? What is that rated? It's just Airplane. Like a comedy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like what's it rated? Because I mean there's plenty of bouncing beauties in there.
PG. Yeah, I was right.
That's hilarious. There's plenty of large breasts in that movie.
I mean, that was 1980. Basically, if you weren't a slasher movie, the MPAA.
That's fair.
But you
I
consider
know,
like,
oh my god.
but you consider like A New Hope. You had the Leias bouncing back and forth because there's no bras in space, as George Lucas famously said.
Yeah, I think Carrie Fisher absolutely hated that.
Yeah, because she had me taped up, which is very uncomfortable.
It doesn't sound comfortable.
I think old Georg was a little thirsty.
Oh, have you not heard the Bluebeard story?
Bluebeard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my. So, Happy Console Gamer used to have a fight. And he remember channel long haired with the
Hey, wait, Chainsaw, can you talk closer to the microphone because I can't hear you?
Would you like me to put it in my mouth too?
I mean,
You might need to turn up the volume.
if you're into
Yeah,
that,
I'm fully cranked, like real loud in my ears.
okay. I think it's just the game is kind of loud.
Oh. Yeah, so I guess George Lucas has a hostage like he did before his latest marriage. And he would just leave Skywalker Ranch and come back with random women.
Huh.
Your survival rating
Oh, that's fun.
is 0. We suggest you improve these
I mean,
No one would ever see him again, I guess.
say what you will about George, but I guess he's still virile even in his 80s.
Yeah. I mean, he has a... How old's his daughter now?
There we go.
Controllers.
I keep forgetting he even has kids, though.
They don't want you escaping
They're all
from that
like two... His son's my age. He has 2 daughters that are older. And then he has a way younger child that's, I think, was 2 when he sold to Disney.
All network personnel are advised to remove
That is so
themselves from
weird to
the
think.
area
I mean, like, that reminds me of King of the Hill, where, like, Cotton Hill is, like, 80 and he has a kid.
But it did lead to the worst episode.
Projected body count 12,000. Please remove all network.
Red Dawn was the first PG-13 film.
It's a bad hot take. Really terrible.
That's anti-American. He's a commie. Get him.
Both Red Dawn movies are terrible because they remade it with Channing Tatum, and that's one of those preposterous North Korea invades the U.S.
Yeah.
I thought that was Russia.
target troops inbound.
It's the original's Russia. In the remake, it's North Korea.
I've only ever
Really
seen
wanted to
Red
be-
Dawn once, though.
Oh, it's not worth seeing more than it's that typical that group of actors, the Brat Pack in the 80s. I think most of them are just really bad, like overrated actors. It's just
But-
Charlie Sheen like whining.
But the classic line of "We live here," it's more relevant today than it was in the 80s. But yeah, I don't remember much about it myself.
Please remove all network assets from the lab.
Hey John, Metal Slug 6 is working so far.
Okay, good. I'll have to try that.
4 state
Let's see. Any movies where the R rating was unnecessary? I don't know.
Survival rating estimated.
Yeah, Public Enemies starring Johnny Depp.
I've never seen it.
It's not worth it. It's really bad. I saw it in the theater and thought I wasted time.
Well,
It was my
consider-
parents gave me money to see it. I
What?
felt like they gave me money to see it because I was annoying and they wanted my friend and me to go away.
Wow.
So they took us to the movie theater and paid for our tickets because we were being disruptive and obnoxious. And I thought we wasted our money.
Your safety is
Okay, I'll have to look that up because I want to know how bad that is. I can
It's
watch
just
it.
he's done like 3 gangster films. It's the worst of the 3. He plays Dillinger and he just doesn't do a good job of it. I don't think it's Johnny Depp's fault. I think it's just bad direction.
Hmm.
And it's not very historically accurate. I just remember it being like, why isn't this a PG-13?
That kind of reminds me of like the McDonald's movie, The Founder with Batman.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Like they had to make that like a PG-13, so literally he drops one F-bomb in the entire movie, and that's it.
What was that? Tom Hanks did that movie where he played Walt Disney, and they had to censor it for a PG-13 because Walt Disney was a chain smoker. They had to cut all the smoking out.
Ugh, people in their anti-smoking nonsense.
You can smoke all the marijuana you want, but you can't.
Yeah.
deployment
You can
option
smoke a
selected.
cigarette.
Positive
Was
deployment.
that supposed to be a boss? Because that was easy.
In what?
Oh, Metal Slug 6. There's this helicopter that showed up out of nowhere and I killed it in like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's like the typical mini-boss in that game franchise.
Oh, there's a walker now.
And Texas Ranger.
I was gonna make that.
Okay, so Chainsaw, since you're a movie guy, what is your opinion on the Bruce Lee Chuck Norris movie? It's Enter the Dragon or Way of the Dragon. I can't remember what it's called at the moment.
It is Way of the Dragon, or the VHS release had it labeled Return of the Dragon.
Okay.
It is Bruce Lee's attempt to make. He tries to do comedic things, because Bruce Lee would always test something. He didn't make that many films. But each time he would make after he did Big Boss, which they weren't sure if he was going to be the protagonist or not. They had another guy who was a traditional Peking opera trained martial artist, where Bruce Lee was cross-trained in a few different martial arts. And they basically filmed half the movie, and they decided which one had the leading chops, and it turned out to be Bruce Lee. But after that, he made I can't remember. I think it was Golden Harvest was the company. He made them a lot of money with Big Boss. So after that, he got creative control little by little. So with Way of the Dragon, it's him trying to do comedy, and the comedy doesn't work for the most part. But the fighting's pretty excellent. The Chuck Norris fight at the end is really good, and they did a smart thing where Chuck Norris is barely in the film, and like he never does any comedy himself, so he stays pretty intimidating. And them fighting in the Coliseum is just excellent, except for there's a kitten they keep intercutting to, and when the fight starts, it's someone trying to make a cat screeching sound, and it's clearly a human trying to be a cat that they dub over this kitten with, and it's just very strange.
That's hilarious.
That's also a movie that has nonsensical full frontal nudity in one scene for comedic effect.
I mean,
so let's go straight to the source and assault their allies' HQ.
Go
ahead, John.
I was gonna say, I tried to watch it last week because I've been doing a Chuck Norris watch through. It's like, oh my god, this is terrible, and I just skipped straight to the Chuck Norris fight, and it's like, okay, now it's not terrible anymore.
That's it.
There's some good fights. Just skip around it for the fights. It's my least favorite. Well, I'll take that back. Game of Death is my least favorite because Bruce Lee filmed the climactic fight, and that was it. He went to do Enter the Dragon for Warner Brothers, and then had a brain hemorrhage and died before he finished Game of Death. So they got another actor to play Bruce Lee, and that is horrible. That is a horrible movie. They actually show Bruce Lee's dead body from his open casket in it.
Ooh.
And they didn't get his widow's permission. It was a whole thing. That's the worst one. But Way of the Dragon's not good. Like, the comedy doesn't work. The acting's not very good. The English dub's even worse. The way I would rank all the Bruce Lee films would be number one, Enter the Dragon. That was filmed in English. It has very bad acting in it, but there's some very good fighting. It is probably the best martial arts movie America ever made.
Shotgun chucks.
The second best would be Fist of Fury. That's a very good dramatic film.
I can see more troops approaching your position.
Which actually has one of the best remakes you've never heard of, called Bruce Lee Legend, where Jet Li played the Bruce Lee character. That's also very good.
Fisting of the North Star.
And then you got Big Boss, which is okay, and then Way of the Dragon, which I would watch simply because of the Chuck Norris Bruce Lee fight, because it's iconic, and it's a style versus style thing. It's an early style versus style type fight. And it's also Chuck Norris in his prime, which you really didn't get to see it on film too much. Most of Chuck Norris's famous work is in the 80s. He's like in his 40s at that point.
Yeah.
He's one of those action stars that had peaked already when his career took off. But unlike Steven Seagal, he was actually in shape.
Oh yeah, I saw some interviews with him talking about Steven Seagal. He did not like Steven Seagal.
No one liked Seagal. It's just so difficult. I think the only one of the action stars that kind of got along with him was Stallone. Briefly got along with Seagal, but there was the infamous near fight between Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Have you guys heard that one?
Yeah, where like Steven Seagal like crapped his pants.
Sending some heavy units in.
You talking about me, Agnostic? Chico?
Sorry, my wife. Wait, oh god. Seagal and Van Damme talked so much crap about one another in the early 90s because they were basically like rivals throughout that in the like low budget cash films. I will say Van Damme's a better fighter than Seagal, primarily from training with Paris.
I think Van Damme actually trained under Chuck at one point.
Yeah, when he came over, first time he came over from Brussels. There's actually a funny workout video that Chuck Norris did in the late 80s. The guy holding pads for him is Van Damme. There's also another one where Benny the Jet Ortiz, who's the founder of kickboxing, did a workout video.
A lot of those workout videos were kind of crazy.
I'm currently finding myself not stopping playing Metal Slug.
Yeah, Metal Slug's badass. You ever played that, Chainsaw?
No, I've never played.
I can see more troops approaching your position.
I'm currently riding a donkey firing these massive sideways bullets.
Yep. Probably the easiest way to play it is just download the Metal Slug Anthology for PS2, and yeah.
I'll have to check it out. I've been really getting into PS2. I played some Scarface.
Very nice indeed. Metal Slug is a side-scrolling action game.
And they ported it to the PS2.
Yeah, but they ported all of them as part of the anthology. It's got 1 through 6 on there.
Check it out. Is it like kind of like Contra?
Yes, but it's like Contra, but better because you don't die if you touch an enemy.
Oh, that's good.
The prisoner soldier just did a Kamehameha.
Yep, he'll do that. That actually showed up in Metal Slug 3, I want to say.
These alien squid things are weird.
Yeah, they showed up in Metal Slug 2, I think. I'm a big fan of the series. You see, I'm older than both of y'all, so the original arcade, I actually got to play that a lot when I was growing up. Have either one of y'all ever heard of the Neo Geo?
Yeah, those they had those huge cartridges, and they were really good ports of arcade.
Yep. But there was also the arcade, and there were 2 restaurants where I lived that had Neo Geos. One was a place called Ninfa's. It was a really good Mexican restaurant. Sadly, the business went out of business when the actual Ninfa woman died of old age. It's now the original location is now a gas station. And the other one was Willie's Ice House, which is a big chain of restaurants in Texas. That still exists. Yeah, they had Metal Slug, and it's a badass game.
Do you remember there was a clip, an AVGN clip of him putting a Neo Geo cartridge on a scale?
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. I had no idea what that was at the time. AVGN was very important because I think that's what got everybody into retro gaming more than before, because a lot of people just hadn't heard of a lot of these systems. Because unless you grew up with it or saw it, you wouldn't know it existed.
Yeah, and not just that, but it was revolutionary for what a YouTube video was. It is today. Although now a lot of YouTube is slop.
Yep.
Unfortunately, AVGN, the original AVGN room no longer exists because he, I think, moved into a different house. So they actually recreated it.
Yeah, I saw that video when he strangely put all of his equipment on the ceiling. That is not how you want to talk about someone that lives on hard mode. It's James Rolfe. I think we all know that I used to be a commentary channel when we were called ranting channels. I mean, the general knows this because I made a rant video about him
Yep. I thought that was kind of funny, though.
a long time ago, and because I thought your ex-wife was cringe.
Well,
Oh,
I didn't know she was your wife at the time.
yeah.
yeah, me neither.
I also didn't realize his channel was Lotz, so I called him General Rolls.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first time somebody thought the name was weird. All I can say is I'm really glad my great grandfather changed it from like some almost unpronounceable Swiss thing.
Well, I beat the second boss already.
I'm glad you're not playing it on arcade. Oh, yeah, Van Damme's Universal Soldier, aka Timu Chi 2, is his best movie in my opinion as well.
You don't like Bloodsport?
Wait, what did you say?
You don't like Bloodsport?
Oh, I've never seen it.
Oh, really? I argue that's better. Universal Soldier's fun, but I think it's because Dolph Lundgren's an actor.
Yeah, I mean,
So silly.
gentlemen, lend me your ears.
Dolph Lundgren. He either underacts or he overacts. There's no in the middle with him. Although he's unwatchable in those Expendables movies.
Oh yeah,
It's like
time
turning
cop.
these weird aliens into purple jibs.
Yep. Just wait till you get to when you play the earlier Metal Slugs, you'll fight those things too. But like, I don't even know
just
how to
knifed a
pronounce
truck.
that agnostic. Oh man. That's why I'm glad my family has nice, easy to pronounce names when they came over from Switzerland and Germany respectively. Nice and short and pronounceable.
Mine just the pronunciation.
Wait a second.
My last name the pronunciation got changed by my dad
Oh.
unofficially, and my grandfather had beef with it for no reason. But my family likes to be in conflict.
Oh,
whenever it's
shit.
needed.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Oh man, I could buy Death Stranding. That's what I've always wanted to play, is a Hideo Kojima walking simulator.
That's
Yeah,
the one
my-
with the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle complained about that the other day. He was like, oh, this game's just terrible. Then, the one game he got into was the motorcycle one. I can't remember what it's called now. Where it's kind of like Last of Us, but you're a biker. He's a big fan of that one.
But you're a biker.
Yeah, it's like a zombie apocalypse, and you're a biker, and you're trying to like find your wife. I can't remember what it's called.
Right?
I know Dead Rising, but that has nothing to do with motorcycles.
No, it was another Sony game, kind of like that. Lotz. Oh yeah, that's the Finnish guy that made all those guns.
Hot take. I don't think any of Hideo Kojima's games are nearly as good as Hideo Kojima thinks they are.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I've never played any of his stuff. I've tried to play Metal Gear Solid. I never beat Metal Gear Solid, but I've tried to play it.
I've played all of them, and I've never finished any of them. 'Cause I just get irritated. Because it's just it's a mix of being pretentious and being stupid at the same time. It's the franchise that has a character named Die Hard Man. Like what the fuck?
He wanted to die hard.
And people get so mad when you're like, yeah, I'm not a big Metal Gear Solid fan. It's like they just want to play Soggy Biscuit with Kojima.
Ugh.
Oh. No one,
I didn't need to remember Soggy Biscuit.
Oh my.
it's just like, it's just so pretentious. And I blame Metal Gear Solid for a lot of like the bad things in modern gaming. Like just never-ending cutscenes, like shit like that. It just like being overly pretentious in a game. It's art. It may be art, but it should be fun to play. First and foremost.
I was gonna say, like, if you played all those Metal Gear Solid games, it's like, how did you have time to join the stream? Wouldn't you still be sitting through a cutscene even now?
How do you stay employed?
Yeah.
How do you hold down a job if you're playing Metal Gear Solid? Especially like
streaming.
that fourth one, like Guns of the Patriots, is just tedious.
Let's see. So apparently, Die Hardman is in Death Stranding, and it's Hot Cold Man from MGS.
I'm so stupid.
I'm so sorry I got that wrong.
Who's messaging me?
The Kojima fanboys are going to crucify me.
Not me,
let's
but I
see.
could be.
Alright, if I can't find this guy in a minute, I'll just call it a day, because I've been going 2 hours, 24 minutes. I will say this, though, when it comes to, like, extreme pretension, though, I will always say it's the fault of Last of Us. That's when they really got bad.
I'll second that. That Last of Us is when a good developer decided that being pretentious was better than actually making a good publisher.
I never played it.
It's not worth it. Sorry, I'm coming off as a negative Nancy. Last of Us is worth playing once. It's not worth remastering as much as Skyrim.
Intel received. Useful, but no, this wasn't the scavenger we wanted.
I mean, they've made enough mods for Skyrim now to remaster that the Bethesda could just take the mods, pay the people for it, and just upgrade it that way.
That implied that Bethesda was nice or good in some way.
Yeah, just giving them too much credit.
What do you think this is? Valve in 1998?
I wish. Looks like there's a lighting issue with this game, because I haven't been paying as much attention to the stream as it was the chat, but it looks like you can see lights through walls.
Yeah, I think there might be, or it could just be the original game. I don't remember.
I have no clue.
All right, I'm going to call it a day, gentlemen. All right, so we got a pretty good full house today. Sadly, Triple X is busy out doing his adulting duties. All right, so next week we're going to be doing... Oh, I got one piece of hair. My hair. Dapper Dan Man. But
that's all its actual hair. It's just one piece. In case you wondered.
I didn't look that bad.
But next week, going to be doing a duel of Quake 1 versus Duke Nukem 3D. And so we'll see which one is the best. Or I'll just get flamed.
I'll try to
in the
do that
comments.
one.
Awesome. All right, so this is Lotz wishing you good, Black, a good body count. Gotta do your outros.
Oh yes. This is Darth Jahiko. I will see you guys on the next one, most likely.
And this is Stupid Chainsaw Productions wishing you good. Scarface, the world is yours, and good, the Godfather of the game.
Oh, you know what? And good, Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, and Legends on whatever platform you prefer.
Or whatever.